We are going back in this. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Victoria 3 A to Z. We are of course playing with the Spheres of Influence DLC, which also added a couple new countries, including a Baltic Governorate, and this is the country we are gonna play today. As you can see, we start off as a puppet of Russia, so that's pretty bad. We'll eventually have to get our freedom, but for that we need to increase the liberty desire. We have some interactions we can take every couple years, for example requesting support regime, and if they say no, which they will, then that means we get 10 more liberty desire. There we go, and we can also demand our own market, and they will say no to that, and that means we get even more liberty desire. But it is going down, mostly because we are so economically dependent on them, so we have to build up our country. Let's get the basic stuff like logging camps, some fish, some farming, and I guess some tools, why not? Yeah, that's pretty good for the start. Now I also want to get a lot of decrease. I want social mobility and also greener grass campaigns, because I'm pretty sure I can get a lot of migration from Russia. Now with the rest of the authority I'm just gonna add a couple taxes. And man, why am I losing so much money? So it's because of the ports. Let's do that. Okay, and that's a bit more money. I think it's enough for one construction sector. As for research, I'm gonna go straight towards railways. As for diplomacy, I need to keep my relations with Russia down, and I want to improve relations with the enemies of Russia, like Britain and the Ottomans. Let's get some interest over there. Now, as you may know, we are led by a North German, and our primary cultures are actually North German and Russian, although most people are neither German nor Russian. They are Latvian and Estonian, and they are discriminated, so we have to do something about this. For example, I would like to get the role folk in government, and then I have a pretty good chance at racial segregation. I think that should do it. Oh, and also we got a new lobby, the Baltic Brotherhood, which is an independence lobby that hates Russia. Well, that's some pretty good luck actually. That will help in increasing our liberty desire. And I also want to improve with Britain and the Ottomans, because now we have this little cool mechanic. We can request great powers to support our independence, and they will accept if they like us and hate Russia. So that's the plan. I'll be trying to get some foreign support. And right now we are getting a bit of migration from Russia. That's pretty good to be honest. And also we're getting mass migration from Germany. Oh, but the Russians are improving their relations. That's not good. Well, we are also slowly improving our liberty desire, and I should probably start privatizing all the state-owned buildings. Racial segregation enacted. The discrimination is now over. Now what else can I go for? I suppose I can go for some per capita taxation. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, the British are now protective towards me, and they are willing to support my independence. That's really nice. And also they want investment rights, sure. But the bad news is that the landowners are planning a coup. Well, that's gonna be fun. Oh wait, no, I can just end it right here. Okay, there we go. That was really easy. Okay, now I have British support, so the only thing I have to do is to wait for my autonomy to reach 75, and then I can press for more autonomy. Per capita taxation was enacted. More taxes to me. Okay, now I can actually try to increase my autonomy. Of course they will say no, but that's fine, because then I can actually start a diplomatic play against them. However, Prussia is pretty likely to join, so maybe I should wait a bit more and improve with them. As for legislation, I can't really go for any laws I want, except for maybe secret police. Okay, now we got a new governor. This guy who's a Lithuanian this time. Still not the majority culture, but we're getting closer. Now I guess we can also increase our liberty desire even more by asking for some more stuff. Yeah, now we're at 100. Okay, the landowners want elected bureaucrats? Sure. Yeah, I guess they're led by a Democrat now. Now I can also get a support independence from the Ottomans, although they are not really in a good spot right now. Secret police enacted. Now it's time to do what I promised, and that is getting elected bureaucrats. Oh god, the Ottomans were done dirty. They even got cut off from Iraq. That's real bad. Joint front. The French just formed their own military treaty. Oh, and also German national identity. Yeah, I forgot to mention, since our primary culture is North German, that means we get access to all the German events. So, that's gonna be interesting. And elected bureaucrats, there we go. Okay, now the Prussians are going to war with Austria. So that means they're not gonna join against me if I attack Russia. So you might be thinking this is a good moment to do this. But no, I tested and it doesn't really work. So I guess I'll have to wait a bit more. Okay, and the Austrians beat up Russia. They even made them release Danzig. Yeah, that's pretty bad for them. Sweden now also wants to support my independence. Well, at least we got railways unlocked. And now I think I might be investing in some more military tech. The French are now having a huge revolt, and the revolt is protective towards me. But they are also friendly with Russia, so I'm not too sure if I could get them on my side. Oh yeah, I can actually. Okay, that would be very nice. Now I really want those guys to win. But the French Republic is protected by the Russians right now, so it's not that good actually. Oh wait, no. The France that was friendly to me actually won. Okay, that's great. And now all of a sudden they hate me as well. Yeah, now they're friends with Russia. But Russia's starting to hate them. That could be pretty nice. And I will also have to delete a couple units. I can't really afford them. As for laws, I think I'm gonna get dedicated police force. There we go, I actually managed to get Prussia on my side. So now if I declare my independence right now, I'll be supported by Sweden, Britain, the Ottomans and Prussia. And Russia is in a small war in Central Asia. So I think this might be my opportunity to break free. If I can't do it now with all this help, I will never be able to do it. So let's try it. I will also try to conquer all the states in the Baltics. And I also want war reps. The war starts. And I also built a ship right here, and I think I'll just try to do some cheeky naval invasions. Let's see how that goes. Okay, I managed to take over Ingria. That means I'm getting the ticking war score. Okay, the allies are protecting my front, but the Prussians have literally nothing nothing over here. They're getting destroyed by the Russians. Well, I might have to go there and fix it with a couple naval invasions. I know it's gamey and all that, but well, if it works, it works. And we also managed to enact dedicated police force. And now I can finally enforce all my demands on the Russians. There we go. Not only I became free, but I also took over the rest of the Baltics. This was a bit of a rough start, but I managed to do it. So I think that deserves a like. And you might even want to subscribe. Because at 10k subscribers, I'll be doing a mega campaign. I'm announcing it right here for the first time. So come on, make it happen. Okay, now I gotta fix the economy. Now Britain is willing to give me a defensive pact. I can't say no to that. And I will also try to get some trade agreements. One with France and one with Britain. Now I'm just realizing I have a severe lack of resources. The Baltics don't have anything. No iron, no coal, nothing. Now that's real bad. Now I think Oldenburg is pretty weak. And they got some iron mines. If I attack them, I'm pretty sure nobody will join against me. So I'll try it. I have the army, I have the navy. I can do this. I've been embargoed by the Russians. Okay, that's great. And the invasion was a great success. I got my own little foothold in Germany now. Okay, now everybody wants Porlos all of a sudden. I guess I'll do that. And I should probably also start incorporating Lithuania. Yeah, I forgot about that. Königsberg is Baltic. Oh god. Should I let more people join the anti-Prussian society? Probably not. I can't really do anything about the Prussians right now. Corporate charters. It's time for my first company. I can't really go for anything cool right now. I guess I'll go for the wood company. And then let's get some nationalism. I might be interested in doing some of the North German stuff. Our primary cultures are North German and Russians, but we're led by Lithuanians that live in Latvia. Yeah, everybody got a bit of representation, except for Estonia. Poor laws are also here now. Defensive pact with Sweden. Okay, I'll do that. As I told you, the Baltics don't have any coal or iron. I resolved the iron problem. However, I still don't have any coal. But guess who does? Hanover. They got quite a bit over here in Hanoverian Brunswick, so I'll be trying to take that. But I'm not going to attack them directly. That could get a lot of people in. Instead, I will attack Bremen, and Hanover will 100% join. So I'll be trying to annex both of them in one war. But for some reason, I can't send troops over here. It doesn't allow me to send anybody to the front line. So I guess I'll just do naval invasions. Oh, and also I could be getting Sweden into this. They just want a trade agreement. Sure, I don't see why not. Oh, and they can send troops. Okay, so everything will be fine in the end. Now, like I said, I also want to annex Hanover, which will be quite a bit of infamy. Yeah, Prussia doesn't like me anymore. Ah, but that's fine. Annexing this big chunk of Germany is definitely worth it. Oh, and the Heavenly Kingdom took over all of China somehow. That's pretty interesting. But what's important is that I finally have coal. Goodbye, Ottoman Empire. Long live Turkey. What the hell is that flag? Can somebody translate? What is it saying? Time for another company. This time I think I'll be getting the Iron Company. Oh wait, what? Britain is willing to form an alliance with me? This is the best thing to ever happen. An alliance with Britain. Isn't this just awesome? Now the royal folk really want homesteading. This will radicalize the landowners. But are they really gonna revolt? No, not really. Homesteading enacted, just like that. And now we'll try to get some public health insurance. I don't have infamy, so it's time to go to war. Time to go for Mecklenburg. Doesn't seem like Prussia will support them. Okay, they're actually holding us back. Well, that won't be for too long, I suppose. There we go. Now, how about I take Lubeck as well? Now, Giuseppe Mazzini wants to come to our country. He wants universal suffrage. Okay, fine, he can come. And Italy also managed to form. Good for them, I guess. Although they are in the Austrian power bloc. Now, let's also finish Hamburg. Oh god, now Sweden is trying to unify Scandinavia. And because I took that little state in Lubeck, I'm also called in. Okay, I guess I'll have to fight everyone. And the Brits are going to war with Persia. And they want my help. They are willing to give me this little subject of Persia right here. Yeah, sure. Why not? Total war. Oh, and Persia backs down. So I just got this. Okay, that's something. And we got healthcare. Yeah, the soldiers will really need this. Turkey wants a defensive pact now. Okay, fine. Finland has been annexed. And they are pushing into Denmark. But I am pushing in the Netherlands, so I'm not too sure what will happen. Okay, they capitulated. Now it's only Scandinavia, which is pretty big and strong and scary. But we can hold against them, I think. Okay, we won this. We're gonna humiliate Scandinavia. Amazing. So they were only able to take over Finland. I think that's fine. Now I might as well try to get universal suffrage. That will probably cause a revolution. Just like France is having right now. Oh yeah, they're not surviving this. Now at this point, I presume the Danes are pretty exhausted from the war of Scandinavia. So maybe I can go in and kick them out of Germany. I think this will work. I will just mobilize absolutely everyone. I'll try to annex Schleswig and transfer Holstein. Hopefully it works. And we're beating them in the first couple engagements. Yeah, I think we got this. That's it. Denmark is out of Germany. And now I also have little Holstein. And I will also have to deal with them. At least I solved the Schleswig-Holstein question. Oh god, and Austria annexed most of South Germany. Yeah, I forgot that happens. That's entirely my fault. Now I might also want to go for Danzig, because they got something I don't. And that is sulfur mines. And now all of a sudden absolutely everybody wants to get public schools. schools. Okay, I'll do that. Nobody will get radicalized. Public schools enacted. But now there is this movement that wants to get universal suffrage. And right now nobody would get radicalized, so I guess I'll try it. The British are going in another war against Persia and Egypt, and they want my help. I'll do it for a bankroll. That should be really useful. Whoa, now everybody wants to restrict child labor. Okay, no, universal suffrage is not getting passed, so I think I'll cancel it and instead I'll go for this one, because otherwise I'm guaranteed a civil war. Now I could try to annex Holstein. There is a 59% chance they accept. Okay, I'll try it. And they said yes. I got lucky. Now I will also quickly take over Lippe. From now on, no child is permitted on the factory floor. However, they can still go in the mines. Now I think I might even be going for wage subsidies. There is quite a bit of popular support. And we got the Red Scare. Okay, yeah, we got our own Social Democratic Party. Okay, but then looks like poor laws might cause a civil war. So I don't think I'm gonna do it. I could really try to go for total separation. Might work. Okay, now I also unlocked steel frame buildings. It will cost a ton of money. But okay. And that did cause some shortages. It was to be expected. Now I don't really have any more expansion opportunities in Europe. Russia is kind of protecting everyone. So I might as well go in Africa. Starting with the homie maybe. Ashanti also sides against me. They are fairly powerful. But they are still using irregulars. So I think we might still be able to do this. Or I might as well call in Britain. Okay, and Britain is doing the naval invasion. Total separation of church and state. Now what else can I get? There is quite a bit of opposition for universal suffrage. But not so much for census. So I think this is the one I'll be going for. The homie capitulated. And Ashanti will soon follow. Now this is the start of my colonial empire. Next country to join us will be Borgu. And those guys back down. They gave me half of their country. There we go. Census suffrage. More democracy for everybody. Now how about some cultural exclusion? Saxony is now having a revolt. And I decided to join them for an obligation. But now the revolt is offering me something even better. And that is to become my protectorate. Yeah, well, they got twice the number of units. So they'll probably win. Yeah, I think I'll make them my protectorate. That should work out nicely. Except I will have to give them their own market. Since you know they are isolated. There we go. Now this communist Saxony is my protectorate. However, they are extremely disloyal. And I can't really do a lot about it except for building their territory. But cultural exclusion fails. Unfortunate, I guess. I guess we can try to get protectionism now. That's a bit better than mercantilism. Compulsory primary school. Now everybody wants this. This will be a very easy law to pass. Compulsory primary school is here. And we also became a major power. We are the 10th greatest country in the world. Now I really tried to get a major power status because I thought that will make me a German unification candidate. Looks like I have to be a great power for that. And that would be really hard. Let's try cultural exclusion again. I think this time it will pass. And the petite bourgeoisie of all people are trying to plot a coup. And it immediately fizzles out. Now I was actually thinking about going to the Netherlands and taking some states from them as well. But those guys got a ton of allies. I can't beat all of them. However, I can attack a smaller country like Bali, which they have a defensive pact with. Let's say I try to conquer Bali. Will the Netherlands join in? Oh yeah, they will. So that means I'll be able to take states from them. However, their states cost a lot of infamy. And I don't really want to go above 50. So I think in this war I'll just take Friesland. That already created some problems with France. But my other allies seem to be fine. And we also got cultural exclusion. And everybody all of a sudden wants to get universal suffrage. So I might as well try. There we go, they gave up Friesland. But now they are trying to secede. Also the French took over half of Belgium. Okay, there we go, now we're finally at peace. And in my opinion, the Benelux have never looked so great. Prussia wants a defensive pact all of a sudden. Sure. Okay, now I think I might have found the moment of weakness for the Austrians. Because right now their big ally Italy is not willing to help them. So it's my opportunity to start liberating some people. For example, I will start with Bavaria. And I hope I can get both Prussia and Britain. Okay, seems like I might be able to. Let's first get Britain. And now the thing is I'm trying to make Austria as weak as possible. I want to make them fall to a major power. Because then I think I can become a unification candidate. So I will also try to liberate Hungary. And now let's see what Prussia wants. They would like a war goal. I think I'll give them Moravia. Because if Hungary is liberated as well, then they will not have access to those two states. So yeah, Moravia it is. I will also try to humiliate them just to make sure. Okay, now this should be good enough. Oh yeah, the British are pushing in here. We are so close to Vienna. But now I might have to stop universal suffrage because I'm having a revolt. Yeah, well now I might be getting a revolt from the other side. That's pretty bad. Especially considering the timing. Oh, and also the US formed their own power bloc. The Austrians are going in the negatives. They are now willing to accept all my demands. Oh, there we go. And they will be falling to a major power. That's good news. However, I might be falling to a minor power. That would be terrible. And I will be having a civil war no matter what I do. But before that happens, I managed to sneak my way into the unification candidate status. Oh man, that's amazing. And of course Prussia is supporting me. Okay, now I can go for the civil war. I don't care. There we go, the revolt starts. Only in the German provinces. But thankfully I got a lot of allies. I will call in everybody. There we go, the civil war is now over. It really had to happen at some point. I just had way too many radicals. I became a minor power. But that's fine because I still remain the candidate. And whenever the truce is over with Austria, I can go to war with them and take over the leadership. Now literally everybody seems to want free trade. And I'll get it. Now time has finally come to take the leadership from Austria. By force. And we can call in a couple people. We actually have quite a lot of choices. But first I think I'm gonna get France for an obligation. And I'm also getting Prussia. I'll give them the Austrian Rhineland. And of course Italy joins as well. But I think this is enough to beat Austria. Especially in this stage. Yeah, we're gonna reach Vienna. There we go, now we can enforce our demands. German leadership. I annexed everybody in North Germany except for Prussia and for Saxe-Weimar for some reason. Well, now I should probably focus on making everybody like me. So I can finally click the button to form Germany. Yeah, and all those states over here are completely isolated from my market. So they're gonna have a pretty tough time, I'm not gonna lie to you. Free trade got enacted. Marketplace of the world. Whenever I'll be able to form Germany will be that. And much more. Colonial exploitation enacted. But I really don't think there is anybody left to colonize at this point. And now I will try to also go for laissez-faire, why not? It might help the economy a bit. I basically just need to make Austria happy. And then I will form Germany. But this will definitely take a while. They really hate me right now. Alright, laissez-faire capitalism. Now we can get our third company. And that will be the steel company. Now the workers all of a sudden want rights. I think I'll start off by giving them some wage subsidies. And I actually managed to become a great power, finally. Now I can do stuff like funding lobbies in Austria. Or even bankrolling them. Although those actions cost a lot of money. But hopefully they're gonna be worth it. Okay, finally. Finally we can do this. Austria is supporting us, so that means we can now click the button and form Germany. All hail the Grand Duke. Yes, the Baltic states of all people managed to unify Germany. Except for this bit. Anhalt is only a dominion. And now Italy became the one who's ruling the Austrian bloc. It only has one other member. Anyway, now we gotta fix the country. I have to build a bunch more railways all over the place. And also definitely a lot of construction sectors. I could even form my own power block now. And I think I might do that. I'll go for a trade league and for internal trade. And now it's time for customization. I want to create something that will make us remember our Baltic roots. Yeah, something like this for the emblem. And now for the statue. Yeah, I think I'll go with the fish. And in his left hand the fish will have a rifle. And in his right hand the fish will have another rifle. And he will also have a little top hat. Oh yeah, that looks good. Now what will be the name of this new power block? How about the Second Hanseatic League? Oh yeah, that's amazing. This will make everybody angry, but I don't care. I'm making my power block. Now personally, as a Romanian, I have one more thing to do before I finish this video. And that is destroy Hungary. I want to take over their entire country. And it will be pretty easy because I also got claims on all their lands. Those guys are so done. How about another company? Let's see. This one seems pretty good. It gives innovation. And I also went from homesteading to commercialized agriculture. And now everybody wants old age pension. Can't say no to that. And Hungary capitulated. I didn't actually manage to take over everything. Didn't have enough maneuvers. But I think I did a pretty good job. Now whatever is left of Hungary is majority Romanian anyway. So there is nothing to worry about. A war to win. Socialist ideas sweep across German Empire. Okay, I guess we can get regulatory bodies. And now it's also time to start building power plants everywhere I don't have one. Let's bring electricity to Germany. And now because of those revolts, I can't actually form any legitimate government, even if I tax no one. So question is, what do I do about this law? And I think I might make this guy abdicate the throne. See what happens. So I can give up the revolution, and then that will create a presidential republic, or I can instate an autocracy. And I think I'll do that. Come on. Now somehow the government is more legitimate. Don't ask me how any of this works. And we managed to pass old age pension. Thanks to this guy who stepped out to become the supreme leader of our country. Now of course our country still has a lot of problems. It's far from being perfect. But I think now it's about time to take a look at the rest of the world. That's how North America looks like. South America. Grenada took over more of the Amazons, looks like. Africa is now getting colonized. Persia had a pretty good game over here, but they are currently losing a war against Russia. The British expanded a whole lot in this region. Western Australia became independent somehow. I am not too sure what happened here, but they are starving. And finally China is divided, but not completely broken. The Great Qing is still around, and also the Heavenly Kingdom, which went atheist for some reason. They are not a theocracy anymore, they are a presidential republic with state atheism. I really want to see the religious situation over here. Okay, so most of this part of China became atheist, although there is a pretty sizable Protestant minority. They have been converted before the switch to atheism. And then of course you have all the other Chinese religions like Confucianism and Mahayana. Mongolia and Tibet have their own flavor of Buddhism. So to put it simply, I would say that China religiously is a complete mess. Yeah, that's how the world looks like. And somehow animism became the main religion of this state. Yeah, because everybody living here became Akan for some reason. Looks like all the Latvians moved over here in Riga. Estonia is also majority Russian. And other than that, culture-wise, everything is the same, I think. Right now we are the second largest power in terms of prestige, just below Britain. Economically we are just number 4. We are below the Raj, Britain and the US. However, we'll be overtaking the US in the next couple years. And also we have the 5th largest population, just below the two Chinas, the British Raj and Russia. Yeah, overall I would say we did a pretty good job. You have to remember I was a puppet of Russia when I started. And I not only managed to break free, but also unite the German Empire, under a strong Lithuanian ruler living in Latvia. Finally, that's how the power blocks look like. Those are all the laws I managed to pass. Those are my institutions. And those are my 4 companies. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Victoria 3 A to Z. And I'll see you in the next one.